the vibe, what a hiss. The Young African Technologists have arrived and we're about to see exactly what they've been up to over the last few weeks. I'm with Matabu, who's going to tell me what is Young African Technologists all about.
So how this initiative started was with two guys, Charles and Dichaba. They were saying that we have a lot of initiatives going on, which are primarily focused on females. So that's how it came about. We're like, okay, let's rather not focus on race, let's not focus on gender, let's rather focus on Africa as a whole. And how we chose Bethany, it was because of the things that happened in 1967, the uprising in Soweto, and no, I don't think that anyone has ever went back to that school and say, how is the condition? Because they do have computers, but they're not really working. So we went there and we're like, okay, no, it's fine. We'll come here and then just give back what we have. And that's how we met with Bethany.
But now it's all about empowering young people with tech skills.
True. And
what made you decide to be part of that all?
I didn't even know anything about it pre my matric. And then post that, I met with this other guy who was doing it. He was doing first year. And I was like, what do you do at school? And then he explained it. It was like, no, we built robots, we did do software. I was like, that's interesting. Because you know, we grow up to want to be teachers, doctors, lawyers, all of those careers. But I was like, no, I want to do this one. And unfortunately, my dad was also in the IT industry and he was against it because he's like, you will not survive in this industry because there aren't a lot of women.
Wow. And now it is the future.
And I was like, no, I'm going in. And a couple of years later, he's very, very proud.
Fabulous, I'm sure he is, no doubt. Now, Bethany Senior Secondary School, it's quite a mouthful. I'm sure that they are ready for an uprising of a completely different and more positive kind in future following doing all of these things. What do you expect to see from these bright sparks?
If we could, what we want happening is that we want to give them a new lab, that these kids can actually go there, do these things on their own, and actually make something out of it, rather than us saying, no, we did the 5 weeks, we're done. So we are currently looking into how can we help them to actually help these kids grow, not just the 43 students that we have, but in the entire school as a whole.
Well, here's to our future technologists and cool women in tech. Well, Misho, I feel like geek culture is very fast becoming an Edge family member or tribe.
Well, thank you.
So it's good to see you here. Tell me a little bit about why you wanted to be involved with this particular project.
Well, it's part of what we do within geek culture, the future geeksters. We're trying to find future geeksters because when you go to university, some of these guys are touching computers for the first time. So through the future geeksters initiatives, we're able to go to the grassroots level and actually introduce them then with the hope that when they go to tertiary, they're now much more better prepared for that. And yet came in, ThoughtWorks came in and like, let's partner on this. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
What made you choose this particular group of kids from Bethany Senior Secondary?
The ThoughtWorks team actually helped with that, picking the team. Then they just said that we went to Soweto. And for me, like Soweto, there's the rich history in there, so it would be awesome going there. And then when we found out that it's actually in Vilakazi Street, I was like, yeah, was deaf. We're actually doing stuff in a historical place. So that was one of the reasons why we're up for this. But it was also for a different challenge, to see how the young kids from Soweto will actually adapt to what we're introducing them to.
What did you actually cover for the last few weeks in terms of tech and science?
In the past 4 weeks, we've been going to the school for the weekend. We covered design, we covered electronics, they built a robot in electronics, we covered mobile app dev. So there's a group that was working on mobile app dev and also covered web dev because we believe these are more or less where the technology is playing around. And it's areas where parts of it is fun for the young kids to actually play with, but it's also that they can use that to help the communities or even build their own stuff. So those are the four areas we're focusing on, and we had like awesome mentors for that.
Hey, speaking of which, how important do you feel mentorship is with something like this?
It played a significant role because when they got there, they didn't know anything. Even the way they were typing was a bit slow. You could see that some of them, it's the first time they touched it. But the mentors were going through the process with them, introducing them, saying, okay, if you're stuck here, try to do this. But I like the fact that the mentors were not spoon-feeding them. They were just giving them the basics, and then the kids just ran with the basics.
And can I just say, a little Tweety Bird said that you guys actually gave up your time for Mahala.
Yeah,
over the last few weeks, so big ups as well.
No, thank you, thank you. The past, it's basically 5 weekends, but when you started off the first day, when you went home, like, oh wow, these kids are just on another level. Their hunger is what made us keep on coming.
Well done.
Yeah.
Here's to Geek Culture contributing their excellence to future bright techie stars. And with Tumi, you actually participated in this program. So tell me more about what you learned over the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Okay, I was on the group of the robotics and the electronics. Okay, we learned that, okay, let me start on the basics. We learned about the LEDs, the Arduino board, which is the board where we install our information that we program so we can move our robots. And then the other guys were doing designing, which they designed a web page for the school where you can apply, maybe if you want to learn at Pefini Senior Secondary School, you can apply on the web page that they designed. Yeah, it was amazing because like we got a chance to experience new things that we haven't learned before. And then, yes, they gave us an opportunity and a light experience. Yes.
What was it like giving up your Saturdays? You couldn't sleep late, you had to actually focus. Was it difficult?
No, it wasn't. Actually, it was like, I wanted to do this. Yeah, it was something amazing because sleeping doesn't give me anything, but coming here, I gain something.
Wow. Shoot, note to self. I'm not lazy on a Saturday anymore to me. Now, to me, right now, what are some of the cool tech stuff blowing your head back?
Okay, I can say it's the new game, the Grand Theft Auto 5, yeah, from PlayStation and also the Xbox One. Yeah, it's the game that's making me crazy right now.
Gee whiz, he can't even stop smiling when he talks about it. Well, to me, I wish you everything of the best, and I'm going to come to you one day to build my own personal robot that can cook, clean, and bring me breakfast in bed.